Hello. At time of recording, I recently got some advice from Lilith, and I feel strongly compelled to share that advice and why she gave it to me and what it could mean for you as well as me. And that is with regards to accepting abundance, accepting good things, accepting positive energy. Let's get into it. Just to say, if you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. I'm Sarah, that divination witch. I hope you stick around. The channel is a witchy community and safe space. We don't judge here. If you want to join, you just need to hit subscribe. And if you want to support me or the channel, all of my links are below. I offer readings. I've got Patreon, teaching a lot of different things on there right now. So I would be grateful if you could check it out. Thank you. So if you're not new on the channel, you may know I'm going through something called the Qliphoth, which is part of Kabbalah. It is the left-hand path of Kabbalah. Let's put it like that. And Lilith is an integral part of it, but she's been an integral part of my life and my practice since basically the beginning. And I'm very grateful to her. She gets a bad rap sometimes from some people, but she doesn't give a shit. If I'm honest, she doesn't care what people think of her, and I love that. I love that about her, and I want to be more like that myself. Now, that's not what the video is about, however. What she has been teaching me through my path working, through doing what I'm doing on my spiritual journey and what I have been learning, is things I need to let go of. So when you go through this tree of life or tree of death is the Qliphoth. It is death energy, and therefore it is getting rid of things. Now, if you think of death in a symbolic context, it is a symbol of rebirth. If you're a tarot reader, you will know this. The death card is not about literal death. It is about letting things go and embracing new things. Now, death, we do need to make room, make space for the new things. And that's what I've been doing. So working through traumas, things that hold me back, imposter syndrome, different issues that I have personally got, been working through those things. That is all well and good. That's logical to what the death card symbolizes, to what the energy symbolizes. But it is not all. And I don't know if there are many other people talking about this, but this is advice I got from her. And that is learning to accept the newness, learning to accept the abundance, but not just learning to accept it, realizing you are worthy of it. Because it is all well and good saying this is wrong, that's wrong, the other's wrong. It's all well and good working through the shadows, working through our traumas, processing them, integrating them, healing them, all this jazz. That's all well and good. But at the end of it, if we don't feel like we deserve abundance or anything that we want to manifest, then ultimately we won't get it. You see, I think the rhetoric around this is a lot more in the new age, but I agree with it to an extent, meaning gratitude. And I think I've talked about it before on the channel. There are some teachings out there that say how important it is to practice gratitude, and I agree to an extent that we need to look at what we have in life and what we can be grateful for instead of always thinking about the negative. What have we got? What are we grateful for? What experiences are we grateful for? Because with everything, there should be a layer of gratitude, but that can be problematic because if we are just accepting, oh, well, you know, there's this thing I want, right? And, oh, well, it's not going to happen for me, but I'm grateful for what I've got anyways. That's accepting a lesser energy. Like, you're accepting that you're going to be in second place in that regard, you know. You're accepting less than. You're accepting the backup option. You're saying, well, I'm grateful for this, but that's not what I wanted. This is where ambition comes in and drive. So I hope that's making sense so far, because I don't know how else to articulate it. But I think sometimes practicing gratitude, yes, we need to do it. So we're not always being so negative and in a lack mindset, in a mindset of, I've never got enough, everything's negative, and therefore it's a drain on me and my energy. Yes. But we can go too far the other way and just accept, well, this is all I'm worthy of. We might want something and not get that something because we just accept that we're not worthy of that something. That's what Lilith has been teaching me, that yes, it's all well and good to heal, to process the traumas, to get through these things, to make space for abundance, for good things to come in. But when opportunity knocks, if you don't answer, if you just accept, well, actually, I've healed this thing, I'm in a better place, I'm grateful, and that's that, then that's all you'll get. Anything more than that, you won't get. Hope that's making sense. This is not easy. A lot of spiritual things are not easy. I share things, what I know, what I've learned, and realizations I've had on the channel quite a bit, and this is one of them. A lot of things I've noticed, it's a balancing act, and it's your own discernment, because what one person might accept as, you know, being grateful for something and a kind of run up prize, consolidate, what is the word? Consolation. Like, what one person thinks is a consolation, another might think is amazing. As the age-old saying goes, one man's trash is another man's treasure, you know? So it's very hard for me to tell you, well, you should just accept that, or no, you should aim for more. That's only something you can tell yourself. And it's only something you know what is right and wrong for you. And that's so hard. But yes, we must practice that gratitude so we don't end up in that draining negative space. But we must also realise we can reach for the stars if we want. If you don't try, you'll never know. And if you don't believe, then you won't do it. And that is ultimately that. That is a big lesson I've been taught recently in some advice that she's given me. So to explain, at time of filming, on my Clipothic journey, I'll put a picture on the screen of it. This is the diagram. Okay, you cross something called the abyss. I've done that, and I'm in Sitariel. The energy of Sitariel is very regal. It is where Lilith's throne originally is. It is very divine feminine. It is very queen-like energy, empress energy. And for me, on a personal level, if I am ever to be a queen in my own right, I'm not saying this from an egotistical way, but to find myself worthy, to accept that I have power and knowledge, and yes, I have something to bring to the table, then I have to act like it, you know? So yes, I'm grateful for everything I've done so far, for the advice I've been given, for the lessons I have learned. But ultimately, there are things I want to strive towards, and I deserve it, and I'm going to do it. Simples. And that is that. So I hope that made sense. That's the realization I'm getting. And I wanted to pass it along to you guys, because if somebody is listening and maybe struggling to understand, well, why do I feel this way? Because sometimes, for the longest time, I didn't realize just how much of a lack mindset I had. And then I didn't realize I was practicing gratitude kind of wrong in a way, just accepting my lot in life and being like, oh, well, that's it. That's all I deserve. No, stop it. We as a collective have had ambition drummed out of us. There's only a select few that don't, or privileged people. And everyone is born, and yeah, we might be born to different circumstances, backgrounds, cultures, etc., but we've all got a voice. And if you're in the Western world, at least, bloomin' use it while you can. Use your damn voice and use your passion to fuel your life. That is the wisdom of Lilith, as she is in her archetype, a liberator, and that's what she's doing. So I hope this helped. If you liked it, hit subscribe. Check out my channel. I talk about stuff like this all the time. And until next time, stay safe, stay witchy. Bye.